please stay seated. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I gotta meet this guy, Charlie. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. You sounded great. But you may have forgotten my Congressional Medal of Honor. Anyway, today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Wait, that was Lou Gehrig. No, I'd like to thank the Academy. No, that's not it either. Rick, what am I here for? Anyway, I asked the Hall of Fame nominating committee why it took 63 years to be recognized for this award. And they all agreed that they wanted me to be mature enough to accept this award. Well, it's obvious that ship has sailed. Or it might have been all those years in the Witness Protection Program. Regardless, I'm here today to accept this incredible award. I asked Jerry if I was the oldest living inductee to accept this award. She said, "Yes, Charlie, beyond a doubt." How sweet and comforting that was, Jerry. I got that going for me. Seriously, before I begin, levity aside, Rich, my presenter and classmate, I would like to express my gratitude and how flattered I am that you took the time, the energy, and the sincere friendship that you would recommend me to this honor. Blessed to have you as a good friend. I am grateful and humbled to be among the inductees. Linda, you are a jewel. Scott and Megan, I am honored to be in your company. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee and to Jerry for all you do for all the inductees. I'd also like to thank Hall of Famer Rich Kane for baseball. Rich, stand up. And you for football. Ed, please stand. My classmate Ed Henderson, who could not be here for baseball, and myself today, which would make 4 of us from that class of 1961 Hall of Famers. So give them a hand, please. So I recently saw the new gymnastic equipment and apparatus that you have in the gym. Some nice upgrades. Our equipment was a bit dated. In fact, the side horse was a real horse. Cleaning up after practice was a bit of a chore, but who wrote this? We talk about our team. Our season was quite long, almost 5 months. October to March, we practiced 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. We practiced when the school was closed for Christmas vacation and on all the holidays. There was no bus transportation back then for us after school. So we would hitchhike or try to catch a ride with someone who had a car. Home for me in DeWalt was 8 miles away in Morganville. My senior year, I would use my own car. It was 4 miles away. No, 5340 that I had. Our competitive meets were in November, December, January, February, and March at various schools in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. We did exhibitions for high schools. They were put on for other schools in the area through November, December, January, and February. When we ran out of high schools, we competed against colleges such as Penn State, Temple University, Springfield College, West Point, and Annapolis. Parents and coaches would help and drive us there. There was no bus transportation. We couldn't go out of state at that time. At the end of each season, we performed our home shows to standing room only crowds for 2 consecutive days in the gymnasium. I am honored to accept this award for those teams. I am so glad they could get recognition for these accomplishments. We were number 1. You have to be odd to be number 1. One person can be a crucial ingredient on a team, but one person cannot make a team. I would like to acknowledge just some of those gifted teammates real quickly. Doug Holt, Barry Smith, Doc Stewart, Alex Tchaikovsky, Fred Surgeon, John Tissett, Doug Pine, Jim Gary, Bert Camerata, Matt Caracas, Walt Alexander, Terry Murdoch, to name a few. Okay, now a few clip notes about gymnastics. Gymnastics competition started in the 5th century BC, back in ancient Greece. I was too young to compete back then. The word gymnastics derives from the word gymnos, which means is to train and compete naked. I was extremely relieved that the tradition didn't pass down to modern times. We competed in 6 events. Tumbling, which is now called free exercise, and performed on a 40 by 40 spring floor, whereas we competed on an 82-foot straight floor mat, maybe 3 inches thick. We had the side horse, which I mentioned. The flying rings, now still rings. We also had a rope climb. It was 20 feet. It was a circular board that we had that was coated with chalk. The gymnasts would, the rope would be between their legs, and they would climb 20 feet in 4 seconds. So that was replaced by the vault. The parallel bars were another event, and the high bar. Women performed on floor exercise, uneven bars, the vault, and the balance beam. Anybody know the length of that balance beam? 16.5 feet. Anybody know the width?
4 inches.
4 inches, yeah. I was on that. It was terrifying. All the up in the air stuff that I did, I was terrified when I got on that. That's for allowing me to use this platform to talk about things that are near and dear to me. To be able to have a captive audience, my children, my grandchildren, and friends. To my parents and grandparents who came into this country through the front door, El Sada, no handouts, no entitlements, nothing given to them. They worked hard and created a lasting and loving family. You created my foundation. And what I am today because of them. My grandfather migrated from Sicily with my father who was 5 years old. Not knowing the language, not knowing English, not being able to speak this language, put them at a disadvantage. They were ridiculed, they were teased, they were frowned upon, but they did not quit. I learned my perseverance from them. I've learned that you can get through bad times and know there are better times as long as you have people who love you. To my rock, my wife, my bride, I've learned to choose life's mate carefully. And from this decision comes 1% of my happiness. I am blessed to have you by my side. Thank you for continuing this journey with me, Nancy. To my children and grandchildren, strive not only to be successful, but rather to be of value. I've learned it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. I've learned that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I am so proud that my children have become better people than me. I've learned that I still have a lot to learn. I've also learned that when I have pains, I don't have to be one. Make it a habit to do nice things for people who will never find out. You get great gratification from that. I've learned to respect the younger generations and their opinions. They might not have the same ideas as me, but they are the future and will take the world in their direction, but try to remind them that yesterday's wisdom still applies today. My advice to my grandchildren who are here, what you do matters. And we are remembered for how we treated people more than for our deeds. My words to you, not only in sports, but in life itself. If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then you can achieve it. Which leads me to that sentence. Your mind can conceive it, heart can believe it, you can achieve it. So all those visionary skeptics who found out I was coming or being inducted to the Hall of Fame for gymnastics. So I figured, let me get in shape. I had like 3 months, so I started working out, and I got in shape, round in shape. So I was sleeping in the gym at night and work on the apparatus, and I succeeded. So if you could maybe just move a few tables, John, or move a few tables up. No, don't, please. Right, there. For anybody who even thought for a second that I might do that, you need to be committed. All my role models are not here today. They are here in my heart. But you at these tables and part of my family on the West Coast are now my role models. I've learned money doesn't buy class. I've learned that a smile is a great way to improve your looks. So many others could be here today instead of me from this great team, from these great teams. I therefore accept this honor on behalf of all my teammates. Jerry asked me if I wanted to list my accomplishments. I've had many. Please, all my children, all my tables, all my friends, just please stand up. I have 4 tables. Please stand up. These are my accomplishments. All my children, my grandchildren, and friends are at my tables. But my most valuable and treasured accomplishments are here at these tables. Those are my accomplishments. Thank you. The measure of success has never been my bank account or my material things. My measure of success is my family and friends. Because of this, I am quite successful. In closing, the older I get, the more I think about legacy. I suppose it goes with the territory of raising kids and wanting to leave them with something to remember you by. A great financial windfall of wealth may or may not be coming, but I do have a chance to leave a different kind of legacy. At this stage of my life, I want to focus on creating deep relationships and investing more time into the lives of those around me. I hope that I have fostered some of that already into their lives. And in closing, remember what you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but is woven into the lives of others. Thank you so much.